Alright everyone, this is a video showing you how to do your data processing and get your results section. So the end goal of this is to be able to complete this assignment 6. I just uploaded a new version of this assignment, so make sure that you're doing the most updated assignment, that you've downloaded this sheet since 11 o'clock on Monday. So we need a descriptive statistics part and then a multiple regression results part. There are SPSS instructions and output, as well as PowerPoint slides online. If this video is not enough, you might be able to go through those. Those are pulled from another teacher who does 290, so they may not be perfectly applicable to everything that we want to do, but they're pretty good resources anyway. So the first thing we need to do is you need to go to your internet and you need to type in kumo.byu.edu. Okay, click login. Okay, if you see I have Box and Google Drive authorized, they have a green box by the check mark by them. There's going to be an authorized box by all of these. You don't have to do anything. I chose Box in Google Drive, but you need to authorize wherever your file that you download from Qualtrics is saved. So the easiest one is Google Drive, so just come in here and save it to your Google Drive or your OneDrive, whatever. You just need some cloud that is going to be the place that you put your files on, okay? So once you do that, and I'm going to show you with Box, but if you want to work with Google Drive, you just need to download it, and if it's not on your computer, upload it to Google Drive first. So you come into Qualtrics, and this is going to be if you want to download it directly from SPSS. If you want to use Excel, it's really similar. You just already have everything done if you want to use the Excel sheet that you used for your results a few weeks ago. So the most important thing is that you could have a whole bunch of questions, but you want to make sure that you have a good name for all the questions that you care about here. So I know I have a lot. There's age, and I know you don't have to have this much. My 290 class required a lot more of us for this assignment because we were in person and doing it in groups. So I've got names for everything that I need. I go to data and analysis. I go to export and import, export data, SPSS, download all fields, make sure that is unchecked, and I'm going to download this file. I'm going to go somewhere in my cloud. So I'm using Box, so I'm going to go and save it in my cloud, and I'm going to save it as mydata.sav. You can name it whatever you want. I think it's easy if you have a smaller name. Then I'll click save. It downloads it. Now, if you downloaded it to your computer and you're using Google Drive at this point, you would open up your Google Drive and upload it. Okay, the next step is you go to apps.byu.edu. It'll pull you to this page. Click login. Log on with your username and password. Oh, I changed my password. Sorry, let me pause this. Okay, so once you get your password all right, it'll bring you to a page like this. You probably won't have anything in your recents because you don't use it. So you go to apps, all apps, scroll down until you find IBM SPSS Statistics 26 and click on that. And I'm going to pause it while it loads. It might take a while. Okay, it's loaded. I have to click OK there. It's still loading. Okay, so it'll pull up something like this. Again, you won't have any recent files. You can just close this window. And now it'll leave you with something that looks like this Excel spreadsheet. Okay. Go to File, Open data, and now you need to navigate here to the cloud that you used. So as I scroll up, I can see Box in Google Drive that I authorized. Because I saved mine in Box, I'm going to click here, but you should click in Google Drive if that's where yours was. Now I'm going to come in here and find my file. It looks like it's being slow, so I'll pause it again. Okay, so I have now navigated to where I saved my results. I'm going to click on that SAV file, which is an SPSS file, and click Open. Okay, if you were choosing to do like bringing it in from your Excel document that you made for your results a few weeks ago, then you would do export, or you would do import data, Excel, and then you would go find wherever you saved your Excel document. Again, it's going to have to be on one of those clouds that you authorized through kumo.byu.edu. But if that's what you want to do, eventually you want to get something that looks like this. Okay, so this is SPSS. It has three windows. Three windows. The first well, it has four. The first window is the data editor variable view. So data editor variable view has all of the variable names that you gave it in Qualtrics, and everything above here is just junk that Qualtrics has created. And then it also has some junk at the bottom that is just confusing, like this score and some weird stuff. Anyway, the only thing you want are your controls that you chose. So mine are social media, bed, tired, stress, binge watch, and age. Because my question is, does the amount of social media right before bed that you use predict the amount, how tired you feel after controlling for how stressed you are, how often you binge watch television shows, and your age? Okay, so those are mine. Yours are probably shorter. If you want information for your methods section, you can see the question that you typed in here. How stressed does your schoolwork usually make you feel? The answers you gave are here. You click here. 1 is stressed, 4 is not stressed. And social media bed. How much social media do you usually spend right before bedtime? I don't do this activity at all the way up to more than 60 minutes right before bed. So to help you get the range, you could just come here and grab this. 1 is my minimum, 6 is my maximum. Okay, and I said there were a few different windows. If you go to data view here, data view is all of your data that you have, and when you click on it, you can see the label that you gave it here and the code that it is. So like student is 1, student and employee is 4, employee is 2. If you can see that, you can come over to the variables that you actually care about, like binge watch. So I can see this person answered none, that person had 1 to 5, whatever it may be. So those are the two data editor windows. You also have down here an output window. That's where the results are going to come in. And then there's also a syntax window in case you want to save something, but maybe I won't show you that. Analyze. So the next thing we need is we need the mean and standard deviation, because we already got the range. So we need the mean and standard deviation for all of our variables. So we're going to go to descriptive statistics and go to descriptives, and then I'm going to grab all of my variables that I need. On a Windows, I can right click and say display variable names. I'm not sure how to do that on a Mac, but if you just hover over it, then you should be able to see the variable name here on the right, and it'll be the question on the left. So I want to move over age, so I'll grab age and move it over. I'm going to switch over to variable names because it'll be easier to see for me. I'll grab binge watch, I'll grab stress, I'll grab tired, and social media bed. And maybe I'll move them around so that I've got my dependent variable first, or my independent variable first. I'll do dependent variable first, then independent, then control 1, 2, 3. Doesn't really matter. Click OK. And down here, we've now opened up the output document. And so here, even here, we have minimum, maximum, mean, standard deviation. So let me pause it for a second. Okay, so I've come into a Word document and created a table that you may want. Here, let me do this for 2, top order. So this is like an APA table for what you want. Hold on one sec. Okay, so I've now pulled everything in to a table. I've created it in Word. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to come here and grab these values and move them over. So we've got how do you usually feel when you wake up to your alarm? That's tired. We have 1, 4, 2.19, and 0.857. So I'll go 1 to 4, 2.19, and 0.857. And I'm going to do that for all of these variables. So I'll do that right now. All right, so I updated this entire table with all this information. And remember, I grabbed it right from here. I've got a minimum column, a maximum, a mean, and a standard deviation. I grabbed all of those and pulled them into a results table. I think it looks better if I just have 2 digits. So I'm going to round off all of these to 2 digits. Okay. And that's your first table. So I think I'm going to move on to another video here. So stay tuned.